Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Cornelius from Terra Brand Agency. In this video we are going to be talking about in general about hiring talent in Tanzania, and we're just going to be speaking generally what to expect. So it all depends on the kind of business that you want to do, but there are some kind of professions you might not be able to find talent in Tanzania based on the kind of skills that you require. So some of those I'm talking about highly specialized machineries. Now I'm talking in the context of a factory. Highly specialized machinery, you might not be able to find workers to work for you, so you might have to outsource from another country. Now, what is the general mood or attitude of a Tanzanian worker? So Tanzanians are very culturally diverse. So you cannot give a clear answer that Tanzanian workers are like this for example, you can say Indian workers are like this, Chinese workers are like this. We can't do that for Tanzania because Tanzania is a very, very diverse culturally country. So people come in all shapes and sizes. But in general, the Tanzanian worker is one who wants to use their brain to make their work easier. So in general, the Tanzanian worker does not want to suffer at work. That is just the general, and that is based on what people have told me, foreigners in the companies that I had worked in previously. They just told me in general the Tanzanian worker doesn't want to suffer. So if you give a Tanzanian worker a task, they'll spend most of the time trying to simplify the task. So that has created a scenario whereby you find that Tanzanian workers will innovate your processes, but sometimes maybe your processes might not want innovation. Maybe you want your processes to work the same way as you want them, because that's how you can be able to audit and know if you're making a profit or a loss. So that can come on as a problem. So whatever kind of work you're trying to create, a job that you're trying to create, bear in mind that a Tanzanian worker will not suffer for you. That is the general mood. And why is that? Because Tanzania is not a country that is that bad economically. So people will always have other options, including just staying at home, because we still have a strong African culture whereby you leave home when you're ready, especially for women. But that is also just generalization, because like I said, it's culturally diverse. So a Tanzanian worker will not suffer for you. So whatever kind of work that you're trying to do, you must understand that if you bring a process, they will try to innovate. So that is just the general sense. What about the ability of being with a Tanzanian worker long term? Are you looking to hire people that you can have for 30 years? Then that is not what you're going to find with a Tanzanian worker. A Tanzanian worker will want to work for you and gain capital as quickly as possible, so that can do something else that gives them freedom to live life. That's the general way Tanzanians live. So in whatever work that you're trying to do, make sure that you put in mind that you're not going to easily find employees that you're going to employ for 30 years. Most of the employees, you have to give them a lifespan of at least 10 years, some 5. And people here can sacrifice jobs easily. Like people will sacrifice jobs for marriage. If, for example, somebody gets married and the husband has to go to another region, they'll easily just sacrifice the job and go to another region. It's very normal, it is very acceptable. So you find maybe in another country, people, like if a husband is taken to another region and now that marriage has to do long distance marriage, people here will just simply tell you, hey boss, I have to go, my husband is in another place. So that is just the general sense of the Tanzanian worker. And another thing that you have to be smart about Tanzanian worker, this is like on the negative side. On the negative side, you must make sure you protect your business, you protect your finances, you do audits regularly, because unfortunately, one of those on the bad side, based on what I have been told by my bosses, because I've had the experience of working in different places, a Tanzanian worker will steal from you. Yeah, that is one of those bad ones. So you have to make sure you protect your finances, you have auditing, you make sure you must manage your stock. And that is just on the negative side, and I'm talking here in general. I'm not saying everyone will steal from you. I'm just saying if you hire 50 Tanzanians, you at least have one thief amongst them. So, or at least they're going to try. So that is just the general. And that is also one of the biggest challenges that we also have in our businesses. I do not have that, but people do have that. I have a way to make sure I do not face such challenges, but I know a lot of people face challenges whereby their workers will steal from them, and and put their business in the red. So if you have any questions, if you have any kind of you want to market research, you want to do feasibility study, whatever you want to do, we can help you. Terra Brand Agency can help you. That is what we are specialized in. So contact us using the contacts in the description, and see you in the next video.